Do you have questions concerning planning a Disney trip? Ask them live on the show or submit them on our website at patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt with the DPI podcast. Been a couple weeks. We have a good show tonight. Lots of news to get caught up on, so definitely going to take some time to get caught up on the news. Peter from Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel might be joining us tonight. Haven't heard from him today, so don't know. I haven't seen him on the teams yet, so we'll see. If he comes on, great. If not, whatever. We'll get through the news and have a good show without him. So stick around. 2 minutes of introduction fun, and I'll be back with you. Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to Disney Planning Insights. Through creative content and live shows, we explain the hidden details of the Disney experience so that our clients can execute memorable adventures. Together with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, we have helped hundreds of clients plan, book, and prepare for magical Disney vacations. Let our experience help you avoid common planning mistakes and maximize the enjoyment on your next Disney trip. Hey, what's going on? It's Matt, and you are watching Disney Planning Insights, the podcast, the live show. If it's Tuesday night at 7:15, I'm just here making it up as I go. If it's anytime after this, you're just watching a recording, and I already made it up, so. But no, great show tonight. We got a lot of news, couple of weeks off. We were down at the lake last week catching a bunch of fish. So this week we are back, and we've got a show. Really, the big thing that we've got to talk about this week is what's going on in California and how it can affect D23. Not necessarily what's going to be announced at D23, but Disneyland Cast Members pulled together and authorized something that could greatly impact your experience if you're going out to California in the next few weeks. So we'll get into that. Also, before I get too far in, I want to welcome some new subscribers. John Dillon over on YouTube, thanks for subscribing. I am Lan1 on Twitch, thanks for subscribing. Maria4228 on Twitch, thank you for subscribing. Avic11, thank you for subscribing over on Twitch. And Nancy Carroll over on Twitch, thank you for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you stopping by, checking us out. I know a lot of you jumped on the Lorcana stream that we had a couple weeks ago with Peter, where we played a few games and we talked some news. So really fun to have more people. And if you want to see more of that content, let us know. We got the setup to do some nice live stuff with the Lorcana or other board games here at the studio now. So definitely let us know on that. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do have a live show basically every Tuesday. During the summer, it's kind of hit and miss with vacations and that kind of stuff. But as we roll into the fall and the winter, basically every Tuesday. And what we're going to try and do is definitely every Tuesday up until D23, which is in 3 weeks now. So we're really excited about that. And if you were on the stream last week and you noticed those audio issues, we got it figured out. We actually, Stream Elements updated on us and had 2 microphone settings recording at the same time. One was on a delay, one wasn't. So there was a 7 millisecond difference between the 2 microphones. It echoed like the dickens the whole time. So it kind of sucked, but we figured it out and we're moving on. So that's where we're at. So let's get into a little bit of news. Let me get a couple of screens up here. And news solo timer. I'll give myself 15 minutes, but I think we're going to take a little bit longer talking the news because we've got a couple of weeks. So let's get into the news. All right, so like I said, we've got a couple of weeks of news to get caught up on. Let's start with an announcement that happened on July the 10th, and it was a collaboration between Disney and Simple Plan, the rock group. So my wife and I have been Simple Plan fans for a long time, and they released a like a punk rock version of "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." Pretty cool. And then it was announced later in the week that there's going to be a whole album of these early 2000s rock and bands that do some remakes of songs, some classic Disney songs. So that's going to be really cool. Simple Plan's one of them. There are a lot of different ones as well. And really cool collaboration. Simple Plan comes around quite a bit. They usually either do like Garden Rocks or Eat to the Beat. One of the festivals they'll get part of. So yeah, really fun collaboration between those two entities. Talked a little bit about Lorcana earlier in the intro, but Shimmering Skies was announced, and that is going to be the new set. It releases on August the 9th. And with the release of Shimmering Skies, one of the cards from the previous chapters is going to get what's called an errata. So an errata is basically a change to the card without banning the card. So they're actually going to produce new types of this card, and it goes into effect for Bucky. So if you are a Lorcana player, you probably understand who Bucky is and what Bucky does. And the errata itself is pretty substantial. Took it from a 2-cost to a 3-cost, eliminated Ward from the card, and then in the text of the card, when it used to be when a Floodborn character was played, you discard or your opponent discards a card. Now it's when you shift to a Floodborn player, the opponent discards a card. So quite a bit going into this. There will be new cards made. There is a green starter deck, so the new cards might be in the starter deck. Who knows? But this will affect Bucky going forward from Shimmering Skies on. If you're playing Bucky in set championships here through the end of the month, you still can use the old text on the Bucky, and it plays as it is on the card. So definitely something to think about when you are redoing your deck when Shimmering Skies comes out. D23. D23 is happening here in a couple of weeks. So we're 3 weeks away now, so just a little over 3 weeks away from D23. It's actually the weekend of August 9th as well. Ultimate Fan Event will have several interactive floor experiences, including a new Avatar Pavilion and a lot of other things. So some of the things that are coming are Imagineering Behind the Dreams, Disney Experiences, Walt Disney Archives presents a Great Big Beautiful Car Show, the Pixar Animation Studios and Walt Disney Animation Studios Pavilion, ESPN showcasing college football in the Mighty Marvel Manor, Magic of Disney on Broadway, Lightstorm and an Avatar Pavilion, Lucasfilms, Marvel Studios TVA walkthrough experience, Disney Plus experience, the Hulu experience, National Geographic Hexadome experience, Good Morning America, Anchor Desk, fan photo opportunity. So a lot of things going on interactive, and on top of that, you also can meet Bluey and Bingo and get time scheduled to have photos done with them. So lots going on at D23. D23 is going to be a huge event this year, with it being back in Anaheim and everything that's kind of going around this this event. We are predicting that there are going to be a ton of huge park announcements, and Peter and I will kind of get into that here in the next couple of weeks on what our thoughts and kind of rumors and starting to solidify some of the things that we have enough good information that we think that's going to be part of D23. We're going to get into those things the next few weeks. So also last week we heard about Country Bear Musical Jamboree officially opening and getting mixed reviews on the new show. A lot of people, again, it's Disney, so a lot of people are like, they never should have changed the show. A lot of people are like, oh, we really like the changes. A lot of people are just like, it's Country Bears. We didn't see it before, we're not going to see it now. But Country Bear Musical Jamboree is back open at Magic Kingdom. One neat thing about what's going on with this is they're actually tying this into the Hungry Bear over at Disneyland California, because there is actually a napkin in the queue area that has like a scratched set list on it from the Hungry Bear in California. So there's going to be some tie-ins going into that. But we've had the first, I say, malfunction. One of the characters started smoking during one of the performances. It seems like it was like a one-time issue. Doesn't seem to be bad anymore, but again, Disney's having some issues, and they're going to get through it. Also announced last week, let's go back to Lorcana a little bit. At the D23 Expo, there is going to be a 6-card foil set released by Ravensburger, celebrating one character from each of the first 6 sets. Now, Shimmering Skies is only going to be the 5th set that is released by Lorcana, so the 6th set probably won't be released until early 2025, but you get to see an early peek at one of the cards. So the cards in the set are going to be Mickey Mouse, Cinderella, Ursula, Bruno Madrigal, Vanellope von Schweetz, and Oswald, and they are all going to be in the Foil Enchanted series extended art look. If you're familiar with the cards, these are very, very beautifully done cards for the Enchanted series. So, and these are all alternate artwork type things. Now, what's neat is these aren't necessarily alternate artwork; they're extended artwork. So they are the artwork that was on the cards, but they've taken the black border out and extended that artwork out to the sides and given it the full foil finish, which is really, really cool. It's nice to see the excitement around this game and how much it is going to continue, because it is pretty cool. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Disney Cruise Lines. There's a lot going on with Disney Cruise Lines, and one of the things is the Disney Destiny has an inaugural sailing now, and we actually have dates when the actual bookings are going to be available. So the Disney Destiny will make its first voyage in December of 2025. So we've got the Adventure, the Treasure, and the Destiny all going out here in the next 16 months. It's a lot of boats for Disney Cruise Lines. And then the Destiny will... let's see. Did they give us where it's going to go? Does not give us 3-day reveal later this month. We can expect to hear where the Disney Destiny will call home and where she'll be sailing. So we do not have that. So end of the month we should have that information. With that being said, at the end of the month, it's not going to give us a ton of time to get to when bookings are actually going to open. And bookings for the Disney Destiny are going to open to the public on August the 9th, with sailing set to begin in December of 2025. And there will be a 3-day reveal event from July 30th through August 1st. So they kind of did this leading up to D23 last year with the Adventure. With the Treasure. And you got a treasure map when you went to D23 that was kind of a layout of the boat and some of the things that were really, really cool that were going to be added to the boat. But here's kind of what you're looking at with first sail dates. The Treasure is going to be December of this year, is going to be the first sailing. The Destiny, December of next year. And then the Adventure, they're just saying 2025 right now, but they haven't given an actual first sailing date for the Adventure. Let's go back to Walt Disney World. We've got a little bit going on there, and one of the things is Drawn to Life. Drawn to Life is the Cirque du Soleil show over at Disney Springs, and it is offering a summer promotion where adult tickets can be booked at the children's prices. This is going to be for Florida residents on limited show times, but it is something that if you haven't seen the show yet, definitely something that you want to take advantage of if you are a local. Let's see if there are any super big restrictions on this. Page to stage and signature experience. So really, it goes through all of the show times and that kind of stuff too. Yeah, and tickets as low as $56. And the page to stage experience will be offered at the child price of $225 plus taxes, or that's including taxes and fees, which features premium seating for the show. And page to stage is offered following the second performance on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Tickets can be purchased at cirquedusoleil.com/drawn-2-life. Subject to availability, yada 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 yada. So yeah, so that's a pretty cool deal to take advantage of. Tickets to the show can be, I mean, even the cheap seats for an adult can be up to about $80. So definitely something cool to think about. If you are a Florida resident, haven't seen it, have some time to get to Disney Springs and check it out. Definitely something that you probably should do. Last but not least, and I kind of saved this for last for a reason, because I feel like this is going to have the most impact on Disney as anything that's happening in D23. And this is going to cause a lot of problems if they don't get something figured out. Now, they had meetings today and yesterday, and nothing's really come out of the meetings yet. But Disneyland unions vote unanimously to authorize strike. This is 14,000 Disney cast members that were part of this authorization, and it was a 99% to 1 vote to authorize the strike, which is crazy strong support for the strike authorization. So there has not been a walkout date announced yet. The Orange County Register has an article on it, and like I said, they are set to meet. Disney and the workers' unions are set to meet yesterday and today. But yeah, it's something that could be relatively huge if Disney just kind of shrugs a shoulder at it and decides that they are not going to play ball with these unions, which is really weird to say with Disney, because Disney is a very left-leaning company, so you think that unions and Disney would get along very well, but they don't. They just don't. So it is something that they are going to have to figure out over the next couple of days, and if they don't, this is something that could very well impact people's experiences at D23. Because there are D23 at the park days, there are going to be a lot of cast members involved in the running of D23 over at the convention center. So this could be something that throws a major wrench in what's supposed to be a very a shining moment for Disney. And Disney really needs a shining moment right now, because they are really starting to feel the pain of choices that they've made over the last 3 or 4 years. So let's get to the end of the timer. There it is. That's 15 minutes of news. Let's talk a little bit more about what's going on with kind of Disney and Disney stock. Disney stock's down 11% over the last 6 months, which is a big deal. It's been under 100 for a while now, or hovering right at 100, which is pretty terrible when it comes to Disney stock. Disney got down to a low of about $66 around COVID, steadily brought it back up, and now it's just kind of hovering in that $90-ish range, a little bit lower than that. So something like this. So D23 this year, we're going to get probably 3 major park announcements, and like solid park announcements, in the ilk of like Beyond Big Thunder Mountain, the Central Americas project, the Disneyland Forward project, and really get a lot of the details and shovel and ground information on those projects. This strike authorization can put a monkey wrench into their victory lap on these projects, and it could be a huge deal. So really watch what comes out with these meetings that are happening this week, if they're going to have additional meetings, that kind of thing, and if there is a planned walkout, because these cast members do kind of hold the power right now on how much do they want to affect Disney over the next 3 weeks. Timing is everything, and timing on this is pretty crazy when it comes to its proximity to this event. So definitely something to watch as far as could it negatively shine a light on Disney's labor practices leading into what should be their big celebration of the year. So yeah. So a lot going on there. If you guys do have any questions about it, or do see anything on Twitter or Facebook from cast member friends, that kind of stuff, I've got some really good sources, actually locally, that I lean on quite a bit when it comes to this stuff. So we'll get you the information as soon as we can on if there's timing to the strikes, what's necessarily going on. But in the meantime, enjoy the parks, enjoy the weather. If you guys have any bad weather, stay safe. And I'm going to call it a night, I think. I don't have a ton more to really talk about, so I just let you guys get on your way, and wish you a happy week, and we will talk to you guys next week. I guess. Bye now. Nobody was on the show with me tonight. It was just me talking the news. Peter will probably be on with us next week, so we can talk a little bit of D23 rumors. Check it out. On social media, you can find us in a lot of different places. The easiest is going to be over on Facebook at DPI Podcast for the podcast, at PATM Disney Travel for the travel page. If you want to interact with us, it's going to be over on X at Disney Insights, and we are on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, everything. So just come. Thank you guys all for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, everything that you do to support the channel. You guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk